You may or may not have heard about space biology, but today I will talk about it. I'm going to start off by differentiating between astrobiology and space biology. Astrobiology is mostly referring to the origin of life, or how life began. Space biology, on the other hand, is about life in space. Space biology itself is often separated into two main sectors. Space health, or sometimes known as space medicine, is really just about human health in space. The other part is space life science, which is everything else. It can involve animals, bacteria, fungi, insects, and others. In space health, you'll usually talk about the 5 hazards. These include distance, confinement, hostile environments, gravity, and radiation. With distance, you're limited in the ability to travel to the pharmacy, have an on-site doctor or surgeon. Being confined in a space station has similarities to being locked up in a prison. That isolation can cause stress. It may weaken your immune system. When talking about a hostile environment, it's referring to the constant noise that the spacecraft makes. The lack of natural airflow also affects your immediate oxygen and carbon dioxide levels, and these can affect your heart and immune health and neurological function. The lack of gravity causes muscle loss and bone demineralization, but also the concentration of fluid. Fluid in your body is usually concentrated towards your legs, but in the absence of gravity, it shifts towards your upper body, which will also affect your heart and vision. Besides increasing the rate of cancer, space radiation also affects your vision, heart, and immune system. Space life science is really anything that's not directly human health. This can involve biomanufacturing, such as how plants are affected by the space environment, using fungi for architecture on Mars, or the ability to grow larger and pure protein crystals in space. In the top right are bovine protein crystals that were grown on Earth. The bottom right are bovine crystals grown in the space shuttle. It can also be environmental. When we go to space, we bring the microorganisms on the equipment and on our body. There are some studies looking at how the space station microbial community changes over time. On the right are biofilms formed from microbes. These are growing inside the inlet to the International Space Station's water processor. Too much of that in your drinking water, you'll definitely get sick. Space is expensive, so a lot of the space biological research are based on models made to simulate specific space aspects. An example being a bioreactor which spins on a horizontal axis to simulate microgravity for cells. Microgravity is also simulated by preventing rats to use their legs so that their hind legs loses muscle mass. There are also radiation facilities used to simulate radiation. Finally, for those interested in the future of space biological research, to understand how the space environment affects Earth organisms, we often look at the changes in the gene expression, proteins, and metabolites. And the next step is really looking at the interaction between the different biological objects. That's all for now. Thank you for watching.